First, let's talk about the 3 adjustments. First, they're small, which will create notepads with spine lengths up to 5 inches. The next setting will be the normal setting. To achieve a normal setting, we'll take the bolts and place them in the middle holes. This will accommodate spine sizes up to 8.5 inches. For anything larger or wider, we'll want to use the wide setting. For the wide setting, go ahead and place the bolts in the holes that are the furthest out or closest to the outside edge. This setting will allow for a spine length of up to 12 inches. Let's get into the basic operation. For this, we're going to use the normal mode, so place the bolts in the middle settings. Our spine length will be 8.5 for this stack of notepads. With the bolts threaded through the bottom half, we'll now want to thread the top half onto the clamp. Then we'll start with the washers, place 1 on each bolt. Then we'll thread the wing nuts on each bolt. With the wing nuts sitting where you would like them, let's go ahead and turn the padding clamp on its side. With a jogged stack of notepads, we'll insert them into the opening in the clamp. Now we'll want to make sure that the spine and the clamp are both flush with your work surface. Then tighten the clamp. Don't over tighten, as you can cause damage to the clamp. Tighten the wing nuts until you're starting to get a little bit of resistance, and then maybe give it a half to a full turn. Flip the clamp right side up, and now we're ready to pad. To pad, we'll first want to start by putting a piece of paper or something underneath the padding clamp to catch the drips. Then we'll want to empty some of this padding compound into a disposable container. Here, I'm just using the bottom portion of a solo cup. Take your pad brush and dip it into the padding compound. Make sure to rub off the extra onto the sides of the disposable container. Now, starting in the middle and working your way to the outside edges, simply spread the compound onto the spine of the stack of notepads, ensuring to leave only a thin layer of the padding compound on the spine. Now we wait for the padding compound to dry before loosening the clamp. With the clamp loosened, we'll want to take a pad knife. This pad knife is sold by CFS and the link is in the upper right hand corner. We use the pad knife to separate the stack from the clamp. Now we can pull the stack of pads out of the clamp. With the stack of notepads removed from the clamp, we now want to separate the individual notepads. We'll want to insert the padding knife underneath the chipboard from the top notepad and on top of the top sheet of the notepad below it. Insert the knife and separate it at the spine. And that's how we create a notepad. For larger stacks of notepads, we'll want to add some support. Lay down about an inch thick of chipboard or paper and then add the large stack. We do this up against a wall or flat surface instead of on its side due to the weight of the notepads. Make sure everything sits flush up against that flat surface to create a good even surface to add the padding compound. With everything flush up against the wall, we'll now add the top part of the clamp. Remember to add your washers first and then thread on the wing nuts. With the stack of pads secure in the clamp, we can now spin away from the wall. Spinning away from the wall exposes the edge that we're going to spread our compound.